I told y'all we gonna get into it. This your boy CJ Goodfella. Enter the boxing clinic one time for the one time. Shout out to the LDBC. And I'm gonna attach this article, this article link in this description real quick, and talk about, what Bob Arum said about Terence Crawford and me so horny, Jeff Horn. Okay. Basically he reiterated what he said about the fight and media reaction. He said that he thought Pacquiao won by 1 round, but the judges had it 7 rounds to 5 Jeff Horn. You can't argue that. He said, I told people that Jeff Horn was a solid foe for Manny Pacquiao. And I remember him saying in the beginning of the fight, he said, this fight is boring, blame me. And it wasn't definitely boring. It was an exciting, messy dog fight, but it was exciting, nevertheless. And it got people talking about almost a month later, about the fight and the robbery, what happened. A lot of people thought it was a robbery. I thought it was a close fight. They could have went either way. It's the difference between a close fight and a robbery. I think a lot of boxing fans need to learn that. But here nor there. I told people what Bob Arum's agenda was. And we know, before I get into what his agenda was and what my prediction was seemingly about to come true, Terence Crawford got a fight with Julius Indongo coming up, okay? Bob Arum said, he potentially talked about matching Jeff Horn with Terence Crawford. And I told you guys why that is. And I'm going to get into that. But basically, he got a fight with Julius Indongo coming up. And one of my gripes with this fight is nothing to do with Julius Indongo. It's actually a pro-Julius Indongo stance. And one of my issues with this fight is that Julius Indongo, won one of his titles in Russia, won another one in Scotland. So now he got to come to America. It was no issue. I think he came to the MSG Madison Square Garden, New York City fight with Terence Crawford and Felix Diaz. It's no problem. But now they making him come to America to win a third, win 2 more belts in another country, because he won each of his other belts in 2 different countries. Okay. Then they want him to go to Omaha, Nebraska to fight Terence Crawford in his own backyard. You just can't tell me that's really not a David and Goliath story. Crawford is seen as head, shoulders, knees, toes, hairline, everything above this kid, Julius Indongo, in the attributes category. Instead of, you can't measure the heart and the toughness and the tenacity of Julius Indongo on any scale. Can't do it. It's intangible. But I don't like that shit. And I've been on record more than once saying it. For the simple fact, man, this man earned his way to get here to a lineal undisputed showdown. Let him fight in LA, Texas, New York, Atlantic City Boardwalk. I've been wanting to see another fight there since watching old Arturo Gatti fights, Bernard Hopkins, Kelly Pavlik, Sergio Martinez fights. Let him fight there somewhere like that, man. Carl Froch, Andre Ward fought at the Boardwalk. That's the last memorable fight I can remember watching there. Just to love the venue. The Barclays Center, even though I know that's PBC and Al Heyman, but let them fight there somewhere. Or Miami, you said in Nebraska and Terence Crawford back here. Nobody want to fucking go to Nebraska on one of their first fights in America. Get the fuck out of here. And, even if he wins, he probably gonna lose on the scorecards in the way boxing going with hometown fights. So, I'm calling it right now. If Indongo beats Terence Crawford, I think it's the biggest upset in boxing history. I don't give a fuck if anybody say. If he hits the canvas 2,000 times versus Terence Crawford and still wins in the robbery, I'm still calling it the biggest upset. Similar to the Dime Ryota over there in Japan, where his own people rob Ryota in Japan or Asia, wherever he was at. But this is Bob Arum's diabolical plan. I said this from the beginning. I predicted it. You can go back in the archives. I predicted it. He wants to put Jeff Horn in there with Terence Crawford and pass the title to Terence Crawford from Jeff Horn. Now, Manny Pacquiao was the monkey wrench in the plan. Pacquiao didn't want to fight Crawford. He said the money wasn't there. And then Freddie Rose said that's not a fight that they want. I obviously Manny Pacquiao starting to have some say-so in his career who he want to pick. Just 5 years ago, 3 to 5 years ago, it was asked my promoter. All of a sudden, when it comes down to Terence Crawford, I don't want to fight him. The money's not enough. So Terence Crawford, Bob Arum couldn't get enough money for Pacquiao to fight Terence Crawford. He wasn't digging in his pockets. So since Pacquiao didn't want to oblige with the plan, this is my theory right here. Bob Arum sent him all the way to Australia. 8 division all-time great, had to go to a virtual unknown guy's country and fight him for his title, for Pacquiao's title. And, Bob Arum put him in a position to get fucked. He knew what was going. He seen when Jeff Horn was able to take those punches from Randall Bailey, who's probably a way bigger puncher at any point in his career than Pacquiao is right now. He was like, okay, he's durable enough to make it to the scorecards and do some things with his funky movement. And he gave Pacquiao some issues. Pacquiao didn't do no film study. Freddie Rose didn't do no film study. Marvin didn't do no film study. Boo Boy didn't do no film study. They had no plan for Jeff Horn. So that's their fault they got fucked. So since he didn't want to fight Pacquiao, Bob Arum removed him from the motherfucking equation. Now he's going to get Jeff Horn. If Pacquiao don't want to rematch Jeff Horn, which he hadn't even got paid for yet, and rumors is his contract with Top Rank is up, so he might not even get the rematch. So if Pacquiao, Jeff Horn don't happen, Jeff Horn and Terence Crawford sounds like it's going to happen next. Crawford's after he beats Indongo. Bob Arum said Crawford's going to fight one more time this year, and it's probably going to be Terence Crawford and Jeff Horn if Pacquiao doesn't, want a rematch and chooses to retire. I told you guys that's what Bob Arum wanted to do, and his plan is in full rotation to create another cash cow. We gone.